Welcome to Immune Wisdom. Have you ever thought about what's actually happening inside your head while you're going about your busy day or, even when you're fast asleep? I want you to think of your brain like a bustling, beautiful house. And just like any house where people live and work, it produces trash every single day. Dust gathers, dishes pile up, waste accumulates. If we never took out the garbage, our homes would eventually become completely unlivable. Well, the latest research tells us that our brains are exactly the same. Without a proper deep cleaning, the neurological waste left behind by our daily cognitive functions just builds up. And if left unchecked, that buildup directly contributes to memory loss and cognitive decline as we get older. So did you know your brain accumulates toxic trash every single day? I know, it sounds a little alarming at first, doesn't it? The idea that toxic trash is just sitting up there in our heads. But I really don't want you to view this as some terrifying warning. Instead, look at this as an incredibly empowering medical mystery that science has recently unraveled. And the best part is it's one that we can actively solve right from the comfort of our own homes. As we age, protecting our memories, our wisdom, and our independence becomes a top priority for all of us. Understanding how to manually help our brain take out the trash is literally one of the most proactive steps we can take for our long-term health. Okay, let's dive into section 1. What is brain trash? Let's look at exactly what we mean when we use the term brain trash. We kind of need to know what the enemy is before we can successfully clear it out, right? Simply put, brain trash is toxic metabolic waste. Every time your brain cells communicate, process information, or just keep your body functioning, they produce exhaust, just like a car engine. This exhaust includes harmful substances like amyloid beta proteins. When we're young and our systems are perfectly optimized, these proteins are naturally flushed out without us even noticing. But over time, if this trash builds up, it forms plaques and drives neurodegeneration, which is the physical breakdown of our precious neural networks. To protect our memory, we absolutely have to ensure these toxic proteins are flushed completely out of the brain. Moving on to section 2, breakthrough MIT research. Now, what's really interesting about this is that we aren't just talking about abstract theories here. This whole explainer is grounded in rigorous, impartial scientific validation from one of the most prestigious institutions in the world, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT. Their researchers have been meticulously studying a completely safe, non-invasive way to trigger the brain's natural cleaning mechanisms. To truly understand the impact, MIT conducted a clinical study where volunteers used a specialized sensory therapy called Genus. What's absolutely remarkable is that researchers followed up with volunteers who continued this therapy at home for a full 2 years. 2 years. That represents the longest-term test to date of this non-invasive treatment, giving us a profound window into how sensory stimulation affects the aging brain over time. So the crucial point here is the measurable difference this therapy actually made. The researchers compared volunteers who had late-onset Alzheimer's and used this treatment against thousands of matched Alzheimer's patients in national databases who did not receive the treatment. The results? Honestly, they were astounding. The treated group showed improvement or a significantly slower decline on multiple cognitive tests. They were literally preserving their memory and maintaining their cognitive health at a much, much better rate than the untreated control group. And the evidence wasn't just in cognitive tests. It was physically present in their blood. In the volunteers with late-onset Alzheimer's who provided blood samples, tests showed a reduction of up to 47% in a specific highly toxic biomarker known as phosphorylated tau, or p-tau. Another volunteer saw a 19.4% reduction. This is a massive breakthrough. Why? Because it directly shows that this simple, safe therapy has a profound biological impact on the actual pathology of neurodegenerative diseases. It's visibly reducing the trash. Which brings us to section 3, the glymphatic system at work. So how exactly does the brain achieve this incredible deep cleaning? Where does all that trash go? And what system is responsible for taking it out? Well, the answer lies in something called the glymphatic system. Think of this as the brain's highly specialized plumbing network. It runs right alongside your blood vessels. Mostly active during deep sleep, this system acts a lot like a dishwasher. It pumps cerebrospinal fluid through the brain's tissues, dissolving the accumulated metabolic waste, like those dangerous amyloid beta proteins we talked about, washing them into the paravenous space, and eventually dumping them right out of the brain and into your body's general immune system to be destroyed. And this brilliantly illustrates why this system is so vital to understand and optimize as we get older. It serves 3 core functions. Number 1, it cleans the brain by dissolving that daily waste. Number 2, it provides crucial neuroprotection. By removing those toxins, it actively helps prevent the conditions that lead to Alzheimer's. And number 3, it maintains homeostasis, which really just means it balances essential electrolytes and nutrients in the brain's environment. Simply put, A healthy glymphatic system means a healthy, protected, aging mind. Next up is section 4, the power of 40 hertz. Now, as we age or if our sleep is disrupted, this internal plumbing system can get a bit sluggish. But the MIT researchers discovered a way to manually jumpstart it. And it all comes down to a very specific frequency. That magic number, 40 hertz. Through rigorous laboratory studies, researchers found that applying auditory and visual stimulation perfectly synced to 40 beats or flashes per second resonates powerfully with our brain's neural networks. This specific gamma frequency stimulation essentially wakes up the brain's natural cleaning process, significantly increasing the power and synchrony of your brainwaves. When the brain is exposed to this 40 hertz stimulation, it literally creates a resonant vibration in the blood vessels. This oscillation generates a really powerful cleaning wave. It acts exactly like a pump, forcing the cerebral spinal fluid through the glymphatic plumbing at a much higher rate, forcefully washing away the metabolic waste and pushing those toxic proteins out into the immune disposal system. It is essentially putting your brain's dishwasher on a heavy-duty cycle. Finally, let's look at section 5, the daily practice method. Let's see how this builds into an empowering daily routine. You see, you don't need to be in a multi-million-dollar MIT lab to take advantage of this science. You can translate these complex neurological findings into a simple, relaxing at-home practice. To help that cleaning wave along, we can manually encourage the fluid to drain. Scientists actually mapped exactly where these glymphatic pipes drain out of the head. The path is incredibly consistent. It travels from around the eyes, down the sides of the nose, out across the cheeks, down along the jawline to the chin, and finally down the neck. And what's really fascinating here is that these channels run surprisingly shallow. They're located right underneath the skin of your face. So here is the scientifically backed two-step method you can practice every single day. Step 1, use a device, a screen, or simple listen to a 40 hertz track. You can easily find these by searching for MIT 40 hertz audio. Step 2, while that 40 hertz stimulation is playing, gently massage your face with your fingertips, following that exact glymphatic path we just discussed. If you do this for just 3 to 5 minutes, it acts as a fantastic mental reset, boosting focus for your day. But wait, there is one absolutely crucial warning to remember here, directly derived from the studies mapping these pathways. Because the glymphatic vessels running down your face and neck are extremely shallow, you must use a very, very light touch. If you press too hard, you'll actually squeeze the vessels shut and block the flow of the fluid. A gentle, sweeping touch is mandatory to help that fluid glide down its natural path. We've seen the rigorous science from MIT. We know the brain creates toxic trash, and we now understand the brilliant plumbing system designed to wash it all away. Most importantly, we have a simple, non-invasive tool, 40 hertz stimulation, combined with a gentle massage to keep that system flowing smoothly. So I'll leave you with this question. Are you ready to dedicate just 30 minutes of your day to sit back, listen, gently sweep away the tension, and protect your most valuable asset, your memory, for years to come? The power to keep your mind clear is literally right at your fingertips.